Thursday was the worst day for me, professionally speaking, in 2025. Got a lot of updates since the last video launched, and I'm excited. So we just wrapped up. We're walking into, what is this, week 3 in Australia, and yeah, we're doing some big things, my little team and I. But for starters, quick life update. I'm in a new Airbnb. You might be thinking, Bri, you just gave us a tour of your last one. What happened to the old one? Well, had to get a new one because the Wi-Fi at the last Airbnb was not ideal. And so thankfully the landlord was like, hey, so sorry about the inconvenience. I've got another Airbnb, and it's a really nice one. Won't upcharge you for it. You can just stay there for the rest of your, remainder of your trip, which is another 4 weeks here. And I thought that was really nice, really sweet. So we're in a new spot. Quick highlight reel from the first couple weeks. Number 1, we've got a nice routine established. So I know how to get to the office. I know how to get there via my bike, as well as getting there by train, which from this Airbnb, it's actually a little bit faster, a little safer to go by train, thankfully. So I'm gonna be doing that for the rest of the time that I'm here. My morning routine's locked in, so still wake up between like 4:30 to 5, get my gym in, get my morning scripture done, my little morning devotional done, check in with friends, check in with family, all the things. So my morning routine's actually been lovely over the last couple weeks since I've been here. So routine, check. Team, crushing it, out of the gates. One of my new gals is already booking meetings. So tons of appetite of folks that are trying to have a conversation out here in Australia since we've launched. So fantastic. But I'm not gonna lie to you, because I like to keep it honest on these vlogs, since a lot of us that are watching this, I'd imagine, are one, very invested in the journey that I'm on right now, this 365-day journey. So I'm gonna keep it transparent, just because that is the life of a director. Not everything is rainbows and butterflies. And this past Thursday, 3 days ago, was the worst day. And I say that because it was indeed a dumpster fire of a day. From the moment I opened up my eyes at 5 a.m. until the end of the day, I had numerous crash outs. I had endless amounts of crash outs. And you might think, oh my gosh, did the crash outs happen because you're homesick? Is it because you miss the States? Why are you crashing out? Why was Thursday basically the first day of the quarter, the worst day all year? Lots to unpack, lots that unfortunately the details I can't get into. But from a professional standpoint, Thursday was the worst day for me, professionally speaking, in 2025. And it's all right. I wanted to just be strategically transparent with what I'm experiencing here as a director, just because I know a lot of folks aspire to be a director one day, and a lot of the times you read books and you listen to day in a life vlogs from your famous entrepreneurs and founders of companies, and you might think everything looks amazing, everything looks like a highlight reel. For the most part it is. Like I just talked about, the first couple weeks of being here has been fantastic, truly. But there also does come a time when, as a leader, we experience trials, we experience tribulation, we experience the valley moments. And that was my Thursday. And I had a couple thoughts that I wrote down in preparation of documenting this very important day this year, because I think I want to look back at this vlog and remember how terrible Thursday was, just because it could only go from here. So that said, I'm excited to kind of just share some of the things that, you know, honestly God put into my heart that I needed to hear, that I needed to see, that I needed to, you know, ruminate on. I needed to experience that low rock bottom moment to really go up from here, so that it doesn't affect the remaining time that I've got here in Australia. So I'm using it as a bit of a just, you know, a lesson thus far. But the first thing that I wrote down in my journal in the evening of Thursday is entrances into new seasons require exits from old ones. You can't accept what God has for your future if you can't release what God put into your hands in the past. A lot of us, our hands are so full for God to place something new in them. This is a season of releasing people, processes, and preferences. Lay it at the altar. God, I'm willing to receive what you have in this new season, and I'm willing to release what is no longer serving me. Ooh, heard that. I was like, say it again for the people in the back. Wrote it in there. And yeah, that spoke to me deeply, just because a lot of the things that I battled with on Thursday was me holding on to something that was so dear to my heart. Me holding on to something that from the last season that I just ended was an important part of my life, something that I put time and energy into, that I was holding on to, and it wasn't going according to my plan. And I felt a sense of resentment. I felt a sense of disappointment. Just the things that I thought were supposed to happen didn't. Plans change. And it's one of those things that I could easily store this into my heart, hold bitterness, hold resentment, or I can use this as a testimony for this year that I can look back at as the lesson learned, that God has asked me respectfully to leave and to release what means so much to me, because he's got something new in store in this new season that I'm in right now. And if I've got everything held up and I've got everything that I want, I'm not gonna have enough space and enough room to really take hold of what the future has and to make space for the new. And it's just something that I like I said, I heard it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is today's bad day. This is the answer. Which leads me to the second thing that I heard. And I was like, my goodness. So this entry was actually something that I heard yesterday. So the day after my worst day of the year. So this is the other thing that I journaled about, which is, if God opens a door for you, know that that open door isn't just for you. He invited you into that room because you have something that room needs. Meaning, when you walk into that room, you gotta ask yourself, what am I supposed to leave here? How am I supposed to shine in this room so that my light affects the other people in that room? What does God want to say to the people in that room? And what does God want me to be for the people in that room? And I think, again, tying back to the day prior, if I'm so fixated on things that were out of my control, if I'm so fixated on harboring anger and resentment over the plans changing, then I can't do what's right for the people that God put into that room with me. And it was, I think, an important lesson, just because today I looked at my mission statement that I put together at the beginning of the year, and I was blown away at the goals and the milestones that I've been able to accomplish based off of just the vision and the mission that I started this year with. And it's just been amazing just to see the amount of things that God has been able to do in my life, through my life, for the people around me. Just the places that I'm even in. Case in point here, being in Australia. And I think it's easy to overlook those highlight reels and the good things that have come from this year, especially if I just fixate on this one thing, this dumpster fire of a day, right? And so it was just an important thing that I really, like I said, wanted to share, just because I don't know if a lot of entrepreneurs and leaders really like to focus on the lowlights, but the lowlights do matter, just because I think if I don't spend enough time on identifying, okay, this was a pretty bad day, how am I gonna learn from it? I don't want it to impact the last 3 months of my year here. And so, yeah, I'm excited just to see, you know, now that I'm at peace with what happened Thursday. Don't agree with it. I forgive those that hurt me, and that's totally fine. But I've been put here for a reason. And so if you're experiencing a season of just things that are not going your way, of anxiety, of just stress that just feels unnecessary, that just feels out of your control, hey, I'm right there with you. I'll be praying for you. But it's just one of those things that I wanted to call it out, just because I think that it's a part of the journey that I'm trying to document, which is that out of the gates, 2 weeks in, things did not go according to plan, and that's okay, because we're gonna be just fine, and it's gonna be an amazing success story nonetheless. But if you stayed this long to catch the end of this video, thank you so much. Appreciate you even seeing this. Drop a like or a little comment if you're feeling generous, and I'll catch you on the next one.